Hello everyone, let's open this chat and start to play. Well, let's start to play our first game. Let's open with e4. Let's see what my opponent gonna play. We will try to play here Vienna Gambit with f4. If check, that's not gonna work, I will save it, and that's still okay. He's taking, and we are threatening to take it back. Also, my position became very active after that, so we can even not to take now. e5 is a move, and I will try to open this rook. Let's take with a bishop because I don't wanna trade the queens here. And after knight goes back, what should I do here? I will try to trade and attack on this f7 because anyway that's a little bit weak here. Okay, that's with a check. That's the very aggressive move, I will say. F4, and you are blundering, I will say, this check. Let's sacrifice the knight and try to get my queen on this g file and mate threat here. Let's see if it gonna work or not. Okay, he took. I will try to check on g3 and mate on g7. How he gonna protect that? Okay, after this, queen g6 can happen there. So let's not do that here. After I will take to do something here, queen g6 will be probably. And we can even play rook c1, threaten his bishop. He is losing a material here, but also I sacrificed one, and He's up about material there, so I will try to bring the rook, or probably not. I can even bring this rook back and try to bring this rook on g3. That should be pin. I will go queen f4 to protect this f6 square, and also rook g3 is a move here. Let's see what he will gonna do with his queen. Bishop g4 won't work. My queen is protecting that too, so maybe you can think that maybe that will protect, but that's not. Okay, that's a little bit trouble, yes? I have to bring my rook on h3, but that square is protected by the bishop. And even I can't bring my rook on f3 and g3 because that should be mate. So I'm trying to mate him on this h7 square. That's a little bit trouble for him. How can I defend that? He have to sacrifice material. Okay, if I take, that will be mate, yes? So let's take with a queen. That position will be drawn, I think. I think it is. He's plundering this pawn on f7. Maybe he will try to bring his rook and try to mate me somehow. But I won't gonna let him do that. Also, if he takes this pawn on g2, that should be blunder. Okay, he took like that. So I won't say this a for sure blunder. We can check. And how can I defend that from check? After this trade, can I draw here at least? I have to defend my rook. Let's see what can happen here. The bad thing is that I can't go forward with my king because that second rank is protected. Let's try to take these pawns. Even I can trade one of them and attack on the other one. And now that's a drawn position. If I take, that should be mistake there. So I will try to bring my king and protect my pawn on h4 and try to use it as passed pawn. He's a little bit slow here. And he lost this game very well. Let's be sure that I am playing in rating now. Okay, that should be okay. Let's play another game. We can play Sicilian defense this time. And d5 to occupy this center. After this trade, this should be okay probably. And I will try to attack on this pawn. Knight d2 I will say is the only move, or he's just opening his bishop and bring it here. That a waste of move. And that should be okay for me. I will play even a5 because he can even try to something there. Rook a1 and that should be pin. Now my pawns are doubled, but if there is no queen, this should be okay. I will threaten something there. Also I blockaded my bishop on d6, but I will try to use it somehow. And for sure now let's go back. That would be under attack. We haven't enough time to think what will what he will do that. So let's just trade and that should be okay. Now we can go a4 and open this bishop if it's need. So now we will just plunder that pawn. Let's don't not that low. and I will try to push this queen side, because I don't think I can do something here. Okay, two of these pawns are under attack. c5 and f6, very nice move for him. I will try to trade and weaken his pawns here on queen side, because I don't think I can something. I do something in this king side. That's very close position there. Let's go forward also to protect this pawn on c5 and maybe c4. Okay, even that. I'm gonna blunder the rook here or not. Yes, how I can defend that? Don't know, let's go back and decide who is hanging. Let's take this pawn too. Rook b1 and trade. Well, he's not trying to trade here. I think I can even bring the bishop on b6. f2 will be under attack. Okay, that's a fork which I missed. Let's play another 3-minute game. That shouldn't be so good here. Let's open with d4. And then bring the other pieces to attack on the center here. This is a move to have this nice diagonal. And then castle, why not? Bishop g5 with f6, that will weaken his position. So I don't think he can kick that somehow. And in my turn I will try bring my rook on the center and try to push my fix forward. Let's start with the pawns. Let's activate this rook on d1, or I don't know, maybe d5 to just break the center. And if e5, he will just block his bishop, and that should be good for me. Let's see how he can respond that move. Oh, he went d5 one move earlier than me. Now this knight is hanging, and then the queen. He can also take my bishop on c4, because that will be trade here. He's not trying to do that, so he's gonna lose exchange here. Now we have to take the pawn. This f7 is a little bit hanging. Okay, now queen is protecting. Can I bring another one or not? No need, I can even check like that, but what is he not that position give me? I trapped my queen or not? That should be only move yes. Let's check. And because this bishop will trap my queen or even d4 double attack, let's take that. We are even up exchange. I'll say he has a rook against my two figures. That should be good for me. Let's go back and bring another rook. Knight b5 can be a move. Because there isn't anywhere that my knight can jump and help. Okay, even that should be good, but I think that's forking the queen and the pawn. The only move queen b8 will protect the queen and also that pawn, but that's not a threat. So let's take, because the knight is protecting h5 is a move, yes. And because of that, we will take the bishop. I think we could do d7, our last move before knight takes a7. His bishop will be lost, and this create, even if he takes my knight, won't work there. And that's probably okay. Let's see what he will do here. That's a check. He has to go his king anywhere. f8 I think will be really good move, because h7 I will fork. Okay, let's fork. And I'm winning the rook here, not only bishop. Let's see what will happen here. We are taking this, right? Okay, he took. That's not a huge problem, I will say. That will be trade. And even he is low on time after he will take the knight. Queen a3, and he will lose his knight. An upper knight here, a full knight. He's trying to mate me, but after check I will bring my queen back. So he can check 3 times and try to make a draw here. Let's bring the knight, so I will wait until he will blunder his queen. I will fork that. Okay, he's trying to take all these queenside pawns. That's not a problem. Let's take this central pawn, and d4 is actually hanging here. Okay, we are gonna win on time, but I will win anyway in this position, because I'm up a figure. Well played. Let's play another 3-minute game. You can send me challenge if you want. We will play which time limit you want. Let's activate the knight and have this really good center. Okay, he is not let me do that. So I will double his pawns. Now his structure is a little bit weak. So even I can try to attack on this c3 weak pawn. He's let me take that, because that's, I will say, unnecessary pawn. Let's have this trade. Bishop c5, he wants to play it after my queen wasn't protected there, because at that time I can't castle. Very well, let's bring the knight on d5, because he let me go dodge after a5, which I think a5 will be inaccuracy, because my knight in the center here. That should be in a really good job here. And now I don't need to trade, yes? Still not, but if I try to go queen h3 and try to mate me, I think I just have to do that. Let's play a5, so now I can bring my bishop. The only bad way that now I can't activate my central pawns here, because of e5 is protecting d6, and then d5 won't work because my knight is there. So let's take this bishop, because queen h5, and he will try to mate me somehow. Let's still not let him do that. The rook and pawn is hanging. I will try to take the pawn, and I will use my passed pawn. That should be GG. I'm up 3 pawns, yes, so I can trade. Not yet, because after trade this d7 pawn will be hang. So let's just push this forward, yes? I have to take or not? I think yes, because f6 can be a little bit problem for me. d7 is hanging. So what should I do here? Let's protect it with a rook, yes? Anyway, I will try to push this pawn forward. I'm up 3 pawns here. Let's use that advantage. Queen b2 is also a move. But how he cannot defend that? Oh, hi. Do you wanna play with Magnus? Let's bring this rook on a5 because he is attacking on my rook, and after trade this e5 will be hanging. See, if you win me, I will gonna follow you. That's not a problem. I will play with you if you are low rated or you are new in chess, because I played with a players that were in a 100 rating. I think that's the lowest. I can teach you, that's not a problem. Send me challenge. I always trying to help new players. Let's try to trade the queens because I will use this passed pawn and that should be GG. Queen e6 is just protecting anything. And now he can't pin, his queen is under attack. Pawn forward is a move, but after rook a1. I don't know. Maybe I have to go back on d8 because after f8 that will be just check. And that should be same thing. I will try to go forward, and our time is a little bit low. No, I end that stream. That's my second time I am streaming. And now let's try to push this pawn. I am saying that I will push, but that's a little bit hard in this position. Ah yes, I remembering that games. You played very well. I think I'm good at memorize, which is really cool in chess. I am calculating just, I am trying to play a lot of rapid games, and that's not all. I am memorizing the board. I'm trying to memorize it and solve some puzzles. That should be memorize and calculation. I am just trying to imagine the board in my mind and do puzzles. I am just writing the moves in the paper, and after I read this I can memorize that, which help me calculate things very truly. If you are 1500 or something like that, that will help you to improve your chess. If you are a little bit low rated, just try to see one move ahead, 1 or 2 moves, to not blunder anything. That should be right tactic. You can move forward and improve your chess. Let's trade because that's under attack, and let's bring this on the center, yes? Just let's not blunder this pawn on b7. I will be happy if I bring in the center that knight, because that's even attacking on the queen. How he can defend? Okay, queen h5. He's losing a tempo. Bring his queen on the h5. And now I can take with a knight, because his queen, I don't know what he's trying to do. That's was very active in that position. Let's not let him to activate his position, and because he will play some active moves and disturb my plans. Also, how can I trade some pieces? Because now I want to. Let's go back. He's trying to attack somehow. And okay, that's a fork. How I said, we don't need to let him some advantage. Hello, Gambit. I know about that. Let's remember that. Hello, Gambit. Can you say how that Gambit starts? The first 3 or 4 moves, I will remember that for sure. Ah, yes, yes, I remembered. I will show you after this game. I am just playing and remember that, how we can play against it. The knight sacrifice, yes? The knight sacrifice on e5. And then push these pawns forward. And don't let him get some activity. Okay, that's not very easy, but you will try and you can do that. Well, let's end this game and I will show you. I think we can even end this now. Or let's try and see how he can end this. He's going to mate me, yes? Ah, thank you, bro. I will try my best. Okay, and now what should I do? That's a little bit hard, yes? I don't even understand why he plundered his bishop on e6. Maybe for this, right? I will try to go back. His knight is under attack. Okay. Okay, that's very bad actually. Okay, now I will do that. Let's go analyze this. That's a little bit annoying, but that's a mistake actually. That Hellion Gambit isn't hard for defend. When e4, e5, and 4 gambits, 4 knights gambit, yes, it's called like that. I'm remembering right, yes? And then e5. That's the main line. So in that position you can't just go forward. You have only one backward move, and after that, what can opponent try to do here? And what's writing, white playing that you are in trouble in this position? Let me know in the comments. What in their position are they playing? Bishop c4? d5 won't work here. That will be drop. I mean, what they are playing in this position? That's just not a good move. Push d5? That's not work because you can just take that on e5 and after they will just try to pin this. If you go d6 or f6. Okay, if d6 they will go f4 and take it back. Because that's pinned you can't move. But d6 and f6 is a actually blunder here. Because you have to go your queen on a7 and f4 won't work here. Because you just can't go on g6. Well, just you need to remember that after queen e2, queen e7, you get out of this pin and knight g6. You understand? If any move is still unclear, say me. Is it okay? I think that's all you need to remember. Also, I don't think there can be any move that will give you some trouble. Even bishop c4, maybe you can think that he will just bring this queen and f7 will be weak and your knight isn't defending that square and he can jump with a queen. The only move is, I will say, queen e7 here. Yes, and that's all good protected. And that position, if he plays for example castle or I don't know, you will just activate the bishop and his pawn structure is a really good, but after this trade that should be okay. And you have extra material there. And you as black, you should win this. Well, I think that's clear. Let's play another game. You can send me challenge, we can practice that if you want. If you try 1 or 2 games and that opening how to defend, that should be GG all the games. I think there is no best opening because there are many people they are playing like e4 or d4 and some people playing good with e4, some people d4 and even with c4 which called English gambit. I will recommend e4. Were a lot of tests and that say that e4 is a little bit good. Alexei Karpov once said that I love e4 but I have a good results from d4. Yes, you can't just say what's one the best. If you are if you know you are playing this with Queen's Gambit, that should be okay. Why not you play that? If you are no Catalan defense, you can also try to play it. But I will recommend e4. With e4, that should be okay. Even e5, that will be Vienna Gambit here, also my favorite gambit. So that's a little bit tricky even when you are playing with some low-rated players here. I will recommend for you if you are low-rated. I will recommend after e5 response, just activate your pieces and play Italian game here. If knight f6, you know this trap or not? Knight g5. That's called Italian game here. It will continue after bishop c5, c3, d4, but you are going to g5 now. Because in low-rated players you can trick them like that. Do you know this g5 trap or not? Fried liver, yes. I just thought how call it. You can just trick very much players with this opening. They are playing d5 and after take, which is mistake if they take on d5. Because then you can sacrifice the knight of 7 and he have to take. Because that's a fork, he will lose at least the rook here. And that's a check. They would like to go this knight back, but that won't work because they spin. And even if they go back, they will lose this knight on d5. That's a very actual good trap for this. Just played all these games before you will reach 1000 rating. And I will recommend, if bishop c5, just try to play Italian game, because now you have very good center as white. And that's the main line. There is also a trick. You are sacrificing the pawn here, but this position is a really good for white. I am trying to play this from white. There is a little bit tactic here. If this trade happen, and if they are trading, and if they are taking this pawn on c3 back, that's a really good mistake, and you can use it for going queen b3, because this knight is under attack. The only move that protecting, knight e4, and then you can take this f7 pawn. And what can they do? Well, okay, that's a really good. And even don't care if after castle they will take with a knight and take with a bishop. Maybe in this position you will think that queen b3 won't work, because this rook is threatened now. But play it anyway, because after he will take it, you can just take. The only normal move will be king f8, because king e7 just punish that king forward on the center. And after king f8, that's the same idea. And this d4 pawn is disturbing this bishop from f6, and you will win a queen here. Also, you won't be so much good there. You will just be up a queen, and because his king won't castle and this light square was very weak, you can just win this game. I will say how to play as black. As black, I like Sicilian Gambit, but if you are low rated, you don't have to play this, because they can trick. Maybe even 2000 rated players can't play this correctly, which is called Alapin Gambit. I played e4 and c3, d4, yes. I will recommend you to play e5. That's a very common game, and that's a main threat that can happen here. How I said, that's the fried liver, and try to use it as white and try to defend as black. e4, e5, and get some development here. Don't think so much about openings, you need to learn endgames first. You know? I know very much openings, but I am trying to play just e4 Italian game, how I said, and Sicilian defense as black, because I think that's the best which I can play. There is very much openings that should work. For example, you can play a little bit on defense. For example, I don't know, e5, d6, knight d7, maybe Caro-Kann. That can't be blunders, like play opening, which helping to improve your chess, and your results is good after that. Okay? I played very much games with Caro-Kann, but after seeing that that opening isn't helping me so much, I used to play it. But that's not a bad opening, you know? Just Alien Gambit. You need to know about that. And after that, that should be okay. Now I'm trying to sacrifice a material here. I think maybe I can, why not? Let's bring this. Okay, and now let's get some trade. And check, yes. Now b7 is hanging. And that's a check. If knight goes here, his rook is under attack. Ah, okay. Okay, bro, you can leave, why not? I will see you in my next stream. I think that will help you to improve your chess and learn openings here. I will try my best to help you improve that. And my opponent hanging his queen on one move. Okay, thank you, bro. Nice to meet you too. Goodbye. I will see you tomorrow, probably. Nice to see you again too, bro. If you wanna play, send me challenges. Just let me know in the comments and then send me challenge, yes? And then let's activate our pieces. Because this knight is on f3, let's double my figures here, and I now have huge attack on it. And even if he trade, his bishop is a little bit active, but after this trade I would have this really good rook on g file. But now we can even disturb him. This bishop is traded, and I will try to bring my knight because that can create some threats here. Also queen g4, after trade this e3 will be hang, and not f2, but I will try to do something about that. Let's check. I think I need to bring my knight somewhere because that will be a little bit hard to bring queen back, maybe, because he's trying attack on it. Okay, now knight g4 is possible. I'm trying to bring this forward because that can create very much threats here. Also h2, that's protecting really good. If the knight wasn't there, that should be made. That's now knights are important to being first line, I will say. After this trade, okay, can I take this pawn, or this can be any open attack here? And even because my king in the middle, I have to defend this. Maybe I just needed to bring that bring my king on g1 castle, I mean. But that's not bad at all, you know. Queen e3 check. Try to attack on his bishop. But that's still okay. I will try check and bring my rook maybe on a4 after this check and try to mate him somehow. I would like to bring my bishop on g4, but after this trade this f7 will be in a huge attack, I will say, because this bishop is attacking on that square queen. He can jump maybe with a knight and rook to disturb him plan, and also I am up an exchange and a pawn. We don't have to play a little bit aggressive. We can just defend, trade pieces, and that should be GG. Also I'm threatening take the knight on f3, and after that I will try to bring my king on that square, so now I can just push these rooks forward. Rook d1 is a move, and king f2, even rook d2, because that's a pin he can take. I'm trying to go forward like this, and that should be made. King e1 can be a move that will protect from this. Let's play e4 this time. And I don't know, knight f3, c4, yes. I will try to go c3 because there is 2 pawns that's disturbing his bishop from very good activity on it. Okay, and now he can take. I like my position. The common way is just e5. He isn't playing it, that's not a mistake. And let's just trade. He can take my queen first, but that can be problem here. And after this trade, he don't have to trade. Okay, but what should I do here? I will try to check on f7 and try to take his queen. If he protect it somehow, that will be rook sacrifice, and I will be up exchange there. Okay, no pieces are under attack, so let's defend this. And now, anyway, if bishop trade, that will be fork. If it's not, I will try to maybe f4, and after kicking his knight, that should be good job. Maybe he thought that I am gonna take with a queen, and he missed that fork. Or not, because my rook is under attack. Bishop d2 protecting the rook and also attacking on his queen, which I will say really good move. I will say only move in this position, that not losing a material, and that's still okay. His 2 pieces are under attack. Even b7. I will try to take that on the future. And now let's just activate the knight. This f2 is a little bit hang, so let's think about that too. And now after queen d5, we will fork on c2. But that should be okay. I will take this knight on e5, and after this trade I would have enough time to bring my rook on active square here. And now if I take and go back, if he takes my rook, that should be 2 figures against the rook, which will be very good for me. And maybe he's trying to sacrifice a material there to open my king side. Try to do something there, yes? I think that should be good. Let's see if he gonna take or trying to do something else here. Okay, he's not taking, but he can't do anything here, right? If yes, let's push this forward. That will be a little bit risky if he tries maybe take or something else, because the rook is guarding this a rank very well. And we can also defend this pawn, but first let's defend the rook. We can defend all pieces. Bishop g5 will fork these 2 figures, and after that I will take the knight on h4, he needs to bring his knight on f5, or maybe the queen. Let's bring this on e5, on e3, and after that, what can I do? He's trying to mate me. Let's protect h2 square, and there is no threat, right? Also, bishop e5 won't work, he will lose his rook on f8. And I'm happy to see that. Bishop a5 won't work. And because that, maybe I can bring other bishop on f4. Also, this g6 is hanging. I can take in that time, because that would be mate there. That's a little bit hard to defend this h2 square. Can I even defend or not? Don't know, let's try to check. Can we defend this position until we will lose on time or not? Let's get this forward and check maybe. Okay, he won that so bad. Let's play another one. Not a huge problem, I will say, sure. What if Sicilian defense? Okay, d5 is a really common move against this opening. And I will say this opening isn't very famous. f4 and e4, King's Gambit against Sicilian defense. That's not a common opening. That's opening for grandmasters, I will say, or even players in the level of grandmasters. I would be happy to attack on his bishop and take, because that will be very active after. Even I will try to go c4 and something like that. And now we blockading this bishop. That should be okay. I can try to bring this pawn chain and then activate my knight on d7, and that will help some active squares here. Let's take, and then I think I'm gonna lose the material here, right? And g5. Yes, that position is a little bit tricky. I think he will gonna lose something here. After that, I don't know, my queen is disactive there. That's not doing great job. Let's bring it on c7 and then maybe try to break this center. And then bishop e5. I think I will have this nice diagonal, and then I will activate the rooks and attack on his queen. That should be nice. Let's try to do that. I don't have to trade, so let's just defend my bishop on f5. This trade won't work. I won't have something there, or even after this trade bishop g5, I will have this really good diagonal for my bishop. My queen will be blockaded after that, but queen g7 is a move here. Also, king h8 and rook g8 should be okay. And now, can I take this knight or not? If not, I will lose my bishop. But I don't wanna lose that, so let's take. I will try to go queen g7. And even that check won't gonna work, because after bishop f2 we will trade, and I can do something there. Let's think about another one. Now I can. Let's try it after this. Bishop f2, that will be just unprotected. And now that's very active, I will say. I don't wanna trade the queens, you know. Rook g5, that will be bulldozing move for me. I think that should be blunder, or this hanging. Ah, okay, that's hanging. I will try to checkmate him. If not, maybe I need to resign this game. If he takes, let's play it as by pre-moves, and then see what will happen here. Okay, let's resign this. I'm not sure I could win that. Not a huge problem, let's play another game. I will play like Alien Gambit here. Why not? Knight f3 and bishop d3 maybe. As I think he's thinking why he sacrificing the knight. After king takes, I will activate my pieces and we will see. Bishop d3 is a move. Okay, he's protecting that very well. That's not under attack. We could also try to go a5. Okay, I think that. Let's go back and try to attack on this h-file. Bishop c3 will be very nice move. I will try to bring this on g7. Can I take? I think that, why not? That still should be okay. That was under attack, let's just protect. And now have this e-file here. I will try to bring my knight on e5. Not now, because that will be trade. And even this pawn is hanging. So let's defend that with the rook, and we can bring rook from a1 to e1 to attack on this. h7 is protected, otherwise I would try to do something there. Let's go this bishop on e5, because I can't save it another way there. Okay, he took, and I have to take with a pawn to defend my bishop on a5. Let's trade, and I will try to bring this rook on g1. Maybe that's not gonna work now, you know? Because after that bishop will take on f2. I'm hardly protecting that f2 square, and let's not blunder this game. We have really nice diagonal here. I will try until he will try to use this knight from d7 or something else, I don't know. It should be GG. Rook g1 is a move, and h6 will be hang after that. Knight on f8 is doing his job great, I will say. Knight g1, rook g1, and that should be okay. What's the idea? Oh, after that he will protect. He's playing very good actually. Okay, not a problem, let's take this pawn. And rook g5, how I expected. That's still not a problem, you know? Let's just trade the rooks because I don't wanna see him rook on there. Okay, he's sacrificing the rook. And there is no reason. That means he's blundering that. He was winning there for a moment, I will say. This g7 is hanging. Now he needs to protect that. If it's not, I will just take that. This can be a move. I will play f4. Maybe he can actually take. Let's get this bishop back and his queen will be disactive after that. f5 here. What can he do here? I don't think there is anything he can do. But anyway, let's go back. And now we have a really good position, but his position is a very defending, so that should be a little bit hard to attack. His bishop is doing a great job here to defend all this king side. I will try to break the center with bishop g5, bishop g6, and after trade I will bring the rook and that should be okay. If not, take that f5 will be a little bit weak there. Now what can I play? f4 is under attack. So let's take. Because of time pressure he is doing really mistakes there. I'm offering queen trade, otherwise that would be blunder from him. Rook e2 check. Or that's actually losing as black. Because I'm up 2 pawns and his run was running. GG, let's play another 3 minutes. Sicilian defense. Let's take knight c6. And we can even try to take that knight. After this check. Don't know, maybe I can trade. Maybe not. Because if not trade, he will just go back because I have to bring my king on e7. Let's take and win some tempo. Because he will take and my position is a little bit okay than him. I'm up some activity here because I have central pawns, which is very important, the position like that. And his bishop isn't on active squares as white. He's up one move. As you know, white play in this game first. And now after f3 I will check on b3. He's not even trying to do that. Okay, that's not a problem. I will go d4 and I will force him to go his knight for a trade, and then this should be okay. I have really good diagonal. He's defending all this and also attacking. I will try to bring this queen on b6 and d3 will be open. Check. I will try to do something here. He's blocking. So now that won't be check. Let's bring another rook in the game. We can trade, you know. But I think that needs me. After this trade, his queen will be inactive e square, and after he will try to go on 7th rank, his position will be very active and he will lose like that, or I think I will lose. His position would be active like that. So let's don't let him do that. I think he's trying to take. If I take, that should be mate threat. So let's not let him do that. I think I will try his bishop on d3 because his bishop will be is doing really good job there. Also, he can try to bring another piece into the game, for example the queen, and create this diagonal. He thinks that after I take bishop h7 and he was gonna take that material, but that's miscalculation because I took with a check. His king was a on g1. And now he's losing a map a pawn and bishop here. Not bishop, a rook. And he can't even defend that because I am forcing him to leave his bishop without any protection. I will take that for sure, and he resigned. Okay, very nice game. Let's play another one. Let's open with d4 and have this center. That's a very famous opening as black in high rated games. And let's castle. Also I will try knight c3 or even let's go h3, so the spin can't happen now, which is very annoying. We can also play bishop d3. If you are low rated, don't do that. This pawn will be very weak, but I would have this open f file. How to counter Sicilian? I need to quit now. Hi bro, I just changed my name. Now my name is Magnus Carlsen. Okay, if you have to go so fast, yes, I will play with you, but let's resign this game. And because our friend is in a hurry, let's see how he can counter against Sicilian as white, yes? Okay, I will show you that and we will play. Okay, see, after e4, c5, you can play some moves there like knight f3. Okay, sorry, 1 minute. Anis Mohtam, are you here or not? Okay, I will say sniper rook chess to play Sicilian defense, or if I were black, I will play and you will see. Let's play e6 and d5. Anis Mohtam, are you here or not? Let's protect this pawn, but because after this trade that will be hang. So let's just bring our pieces forward. This should be okay. h6, kick his bishop and castle, yes? I will try also bring my rook in the center. And what can I play? a6, also his knight can jump on b5, try to trade the bishop. And even let's protect because I will be happy to bring my queen on d7 square. That will be nice diagonal for my queen and bishop. I will try to do something about that. Queen d7, maybe in the future sacrifice that. So let's be ready for that. If I take, we will trade some pieces and position will be open, which I'm happy to see. Actually, I think after knight takes, this will be hang or not. Now queen is defending that. So I'm gonna blunder that. And no, we don't need it. Am I winning a material here or not? Because I took on c3, that should be okay. Okay, the queen will be traded, and now I'm up a material. He can actually take on c1, cc, which is really good move. But anyway, I'm up a material. So now, let's go back, yes? I don't think I can do another move there. Because b7 will be hang anyway. And if he takes on c7, rook a7 will be move, and that should be pin. He can't move his knight, and then the rook, if he goes rook's back, that bishop will be hang after that. And I will try even rook c8, this bishop will be under attack and I will take it for sure. Let's see if you can see that or not. Okay, he probably saw that. Let's not go back. And we can also play bishop f5, also protect this knight, and that will be open attack. So now I can take this pawn on f2. And after this, that should be okay, because I'm up a material anyway. My bishop is under attack. Let's go back on h7. Rook a2 can happen. I bring that knight on d3 to also prevent him from rook a1 and try to kick that figure. And if you have a rook, keep on its second rank on the opponent. And now I will bring another rook, and that should be okay. If I teleport my other rook that second file, that should be winning for me. Let's try to do that. Even this pawn on d4 is hanging too. I will take that. But after take, that will protect this rook on a2. But after knight take, he will attack, and that will be down a material for me. And the knight isn't protected by the bishop, so let's check maybe. No, that will be blunder, because the rook will be protected by the knight, and the knight is under attack. I have to bring this in protective square. I think f2 is the only move, because all that's are protected. It's a little bit crazy, but that's the reality. Knight h1 and g3 check. I will check him from here. And even d3 is also open. But I don't think I have to do that. Knight h1, he can take... No, actually he can. Because I'm not defending this e1 square 3 times, so when my knight was in d3 square, that should be made. Now he actually can take, but d4 will be hang. Okay, which I'm gonna take. And can I try to mate him? Or even take some material from here? Even now I'm up a material. I will take this pawn on f5, which can be a little bit annoying after this game, I don't know for sure. I can even trade and get this first rank. And even I'm taking 2 pawns here. That's still okay. What if about knight f2? Try to bring this out. Let's not blunder the knight and play rook a1, yes? Because that's creating attack. Now I can take, or even I can, because I will blunder my knight and I will return that immediately. Okay, so now I can take, I'm expecting rook a6, which he played. Let's bring it on safe square. Well, let's now protect. And I need 2 moves to attack on his bishop, and he have to go on a7 and then bishop b6. He can't really do another thing that will protect this rook. Bishop b6 will be only move if he thinks he needs to try one of that pieces. And even I won't bring my rook somewhere. I will keep this and I will take. That will be trade. I will be up a pawn and 2 pieces there. Okay, but after this trade, my knights will be under attack. Let's check. Okay, now get off this. I think I have to lose a material here. Yes? My 2 knights is under attack. And I can't protect all that. So at least let's take this pawn. But I think I am winning here anyway. I will try to push this and trade this pawn. And that should be at least draw. Okay, let's trade. And he needs to be sure that he's not plundering his bishop. Even the trade will be very bad for him, because if I had 2 pawns, that always will be a win for me. I'm threatening fork. He saw that, so let's try to go forward. Okay, see, I blundered. That should be draw, yes? I will sacrifice the bishop for my knight. And that will be all. Let's send him to recused, which he accepted, and play rematch. He played very well actually. Well, you handled very well, I will say. Just if I blunder one more time, you could actually win this. Are you going to play a rematch or not? I sent him a challenge. If he doesn't want to play, let's play another 3-minute game. Ah, okay. I sent it, so let's be sure you are accepting it and let's continue to play. I'm waiting for you to accept this challenge. Yes, you. If you don't wanna play or you are in a hurry, that's not a problem. Ah, okay. Let's open with C4, English opening here. Let's see how he gonna play this game. He played very well actually. Our last game. And that's called English opening here. D4 is a move, yes? After this trade, my position should be okay. E4 can actually happen. I will play knight g5 and try to take that pawn. Because he's not doing that, so that should be okay at that time. We can trade, but I think that should be a little bit inaccuracy for him. Let's trade the queens. Or castle and then bishop e2, right? Now I can't castle. That's check. But if I castle now, he can take the knight and then the bishop, but that won't work. Because after I will take with a bishop, that will let's with a check. And that won't gonna work. Okay, he played very fast and can't imagine that. I will play rook d2 and I will double my rooks and that should be okay in that d file, and also his king in the middle. I will try to use that. But let's take this pawn on g7 first because I'm winning a pawn and even his pawn structure is a very bad. He has two isolated pawns there. So I will try to bring another rook in the game and let's see how can I go forward. And maybe if that was a little bit trades here, I should be okay in that game, right? He's not blundering a pawn, but the rook. Okay, I thought he would take with a pawn. Okay, let's sacrifice the rook how he does. And let's play normal move here. That's just one move when I put this game away. Let's not let him get his second rank and win that pawns. Let's get out from this check. And then I will try a5 check, and then my rook also can jump on this c7 square, and I will take his second rank. But let's be sure we are not plundering the second rank, because if he tries to go forward, he will lose. I will lose all that pawns there. So let's just still keep it. Now my bishop has this really good diagonal. I think I have to keep those on the second rank, but after he trading, because I played very bad that endgame in our last game. He's trying to win me on endgame, but I'm up a pawn, and because this bishop or in opposite ranks, that can be a little bit hard for me to win. But if I didn't do any blunder, that should be draw here. I can also go forward with my king. King c7 will be right move here. Or even yes, bishop c4, and to not let him bring my pieces on the game. And let's try to play it. I will try to go king f6. That's very important for you to learn endgames. And then a5, maybe he's trying to do that. But after a5 we will trade, and I will protect it from bishop f8 anyway, so that's not a problem. Just I will try to bring my king on g7, and this pawn will be under attack. If h5, I will just go forward, and that should be winning for me. He can't go forward anyway from this queen side, and I'm gonna take this pawn on h7 and push this h4 pawn for h2 pawn forward, which will be winning for me. He's trying to get closer on it, but let's try to defend this position. We don't need even to help this pawn, because we are going to make one, but I think I have to maybe protect this f4 pawn, because after bishop d3 just he will trade, and I don't know if I can win here or not. Okay, he resigned. Let's play one more game. Trial castle mate next. Okay, I will say that very hard. You have any idea how we can do that? Okay, you lost, but very good actually you played. Try castle mate. Anyone has idea how can I do that? Or en passant mate. Okay, that's very hard challenge. I have to think about that. I think we can play. Okay, Sniper Rook. Let's see your puzzle and I will try to do all your puzzles. But I am thinking about challenge that I will do Castle Mate or En Passant. Maybe I can try to use it in the games. Arsh Arif, I think I read it right, so send me challenge. If you want to play, I will try to use it and win, why not? Okay, Sniper Rook Chess, what are you thinking? Is I gave you the puzzle. Okay, give me. Let's see your puzzle too, and we will try to solve it. But how can I castle mate? I did it in these 7 years 2 or 3 times, so that's yes, I thought he's saying about the game. Now we will do that castle mate. Okay, I'm going to do that. Black rook d8 and rook e8 and king on h8, or rook d7. I don't know, let's try it. Okay, I'm gonna remove all these pieces. Castle mate, right? I think even this should be okay. Is it okay? Arsh Arif. Okay, and here right to move. Are you trying to say this about... But I can't understand why I can't castle. Why? That's really hard that it seems, you know? I could even castle, but let's try one more time. Oh, that's can be not work here. There is mate in 2. Already. You are saying right. Okay, let's try to do another one. When I remove piece, that counts, yes? Yes, for that we will just do that, and we are not bring another piece to the game. I think that should be okay. Let's remove now this. Okay, why is this lagging? Okay, still I can't take. Sorry for that. I can't even use this queen now. Why not? Let's bring it this here and take all these pieces. Okay, I lost the king. Like this, yes? I think that should be okay. Okay, we did it. See? Castle mate. That's very easy. I didn't thought that you are saying that's a very easy challenge to me. I thought you are trying to say try it on the games. Okay, anyone wants to play with me? Okay, your puzzle. You saw you said about your puzzle, yes? Rook d8, rook e8 and king. Okay, let's create that position. Black rook d8 and rook e8, king on h8, right? Black is trying mate there. I think That's the idea, yes? D8, A8, and for black, rook D8 and rook A8 and king on H8. And where is white pieces? Where is white king? Okay, let's wait until he will find that. I think this king will be on queen side. Okay, let's wait until he will do that and let's try to solve this. Let's see if we can or not. Check, I write king h6. Okay, how many moves I need to mate him? Okay, I did it. How many moves I need to mate? Ah, he is right to play. I think I need to do it for... Okay. They has another pieces, right? Okay, where is I need to add the rook? Say about it until I will create new one. Yes, but where? Ah, that's not a problem. Just where I need to add that rook. Now I have two rooks. Where I need to bring that? Rook e7 and rook d5, yes? Right, playing and mate. Let's think about this. Check. King g8, yes? And king f8. Rook g7. No, he will check and that should be all. Let's think another way here. What? Okay, I did mistake, I think. Okay, understand. How can we win this? There is mate, right? That straight won't work. Okay, I will try to solve this. The bad thing is that our two rooks is under attack. If you say that rook h7 won't work, now we have to bring the rook in active square, but we don't need to trade the rooks, because if we trade one of the rooks, that shouldn't be okay. I give hint you don't trade. Okay, I know that's don't need to trade because Yes, probably opponent trade. I thought that because there isn't any way to not trade a piece there. No draw mate. Yes, I understand. Rook d7. After this trade, this 8th rank will be defended. Rook d7, I said. But what if another rook here? Yes, I think I'm close to solve it. Rook d5 to d7, yes? If it takes, that should be made. If it's not, what can he play? For example, rook b8, check, king g8, check, king f8, and mate on h8, right? I think I solved this, see? I move king. Okay, after rook d7, move the king. Takes won't work, so let's check. King move on h8, that should be mate. And for example on f8, that should be mate on f7, yes? Okay, done. Okay, very actually good puzzle. That little bit hard to notice that rook d7 move, because when you are trying to solve puzzle, you first following for checks. But if that's not work, probably he would check and push my king forward and should be draw after some place. Okay, thank you for this challenge puzzle. We can continue play if you want. Do you want? I'm gonna send you challenge or not? I'm done. Okay, thank you for challenge. One more time. Let's try to get this 1900 rating. I reached it one time. Even in this account I reached 2000 rating. Let's play e6. And d5 is actually move here. Let's play it now and trade these pawns. c5 is a really important game here, move here, because I won't let him to save these pawns. Well, let's take this pawn. After bishop takes, check is ready. Can I take? I think that's still okay. Let's activate this and rook c8. to pin the knights, so then he can't move that. Okay, now I will try to push this pawn. Rook c1 is a move, but he will lose this pawn on a3. But how can he defend it somehow? Knight d2 is the only move besides rook c1 to defend this pawn, which I will respond for activation my bishop on a4 and even get some activity with knight g6 and takes on e5. I have a crazy idea at d4. He can take with a pawn, also that's a pin, and I will say that's a pin too. And if he takes with a knight, that c3 will be hang. I will take with a rook. Okay, let's do it. And if he goes anywhere, that will be open check. I will take his queen, so how he cannot defend this? I think I am winning here. Just one move and he ruins his game. No, okay, protected c, but this a5 is hanging. And now what can I do here? This rook on c3 is under attack, so let's get it back. Also c4, because that's the pin he can take, and I'm attacking on his knight on d4. Let's keep this queen on that a rank, and even the rook is hanging. Let's hand him draw over because he did it immediately and doesn't understand that move, so he plunders the rook. Well, let's play a rematch. Thank you very much, bro, no problem. The main thing is... okay, not a problem. The main thing, I'm trying to help improve your chess. Let's play Alien Gambit here. After this trade will happen, that still should be okay. And I will try to bring my knight on g5, maybe take on f7. Let's see how he can respond. Okay, c5 is a really good move, I will say the best. Knight g5. I'm trying to take this pawn. It's not right time yet. And even this is hanging. Let's protect this with a knight f3. After this trade, he can take the pawn on d4. So what should I do here? Bishop c4, and after even this trade f7 will be hanging and he can take immediately. So we would have enough time to defend this position. Let's castle. And I'm trying to take this pawn. We can even take the knight on f3 and d4 will be hang after that. Yes, b7 will be hang too, but I will say that's not a threat by me. Let's trade. And if he takes b7 will be hanging, maybe I can try to even bishop b5 check, or bring this. Okay, he took with a queen. That can be a little bit good for me, because now I have threatened here. His rook will be under attack, and with a check he will gonna lose a material there, so he needs to lose a move and try to defend that. At that time I will try to activate my remaining pieces there. So now I think I have to take, because my bishop was under attack too. B3, and then I can activate this bishop in a really good squares. Okay, he castled. Let's bring the rook in the game. He's up a pawn here, so I will try to bring it this 7th rank if I can somehow, but I don't think he will gonna let him do that. Maybe I can trade and his pawns will be very weak. I will try to attack on e5, which is protecting, but knight d4 is attacking to the 2 pawns here. I am gonna take one of them. If I were black, I will blunder this pawn on c6, then e6, because this pawn is very with each other and they are very strong. But this isolated pawn, how he cannot defend that? Okay, he did it right, but now his knight is under attack, which is protecting the bishop. And I don't know. I can take this pawn immediately, or I can take the bishop and after that rook a7, but knight c6, that won't work, so let's take this immediately. This d5 knight is hanging. I don't wanna trade because now I can take this free pawn. I'm up one pawn here, but I have really good queenside pawns which I can use to attack on it. Let's let him take the knight. And then a4, yes. That was mouse click by him. Now I can even trade the rooks, or even I don't need it, because after trade I would be in a same position like 10, and that should be okay. Now I will try to push this pawn forward to help with my other pieces there. He is attacking on my pawn on b3, rook b5. I could even protect like that, but my pawns will be not each other, that will be isolated, and that would be hard to defend. Let's activate the king, because that's the only passive piece that I need to go forward with. King e3 is a move, and I'm happy to see his king can't go near in that queenside, which I'm trying to work. After king take, I will check, and I don't know. Okay, his king is cut off one more time. I can go with my king near these pawns and try to bring that forward. Just be sure everything is protected. He is trying to kick my rook and maybe go forward, but on the d3 square he can't kick that. Bishop h2 g1 can be moved to attack this pawn on h2, but I will go forward on white square where he can't attack. h4 he will attack, and g3 maybe would be blunder, because this h4 will be under attack one more time. So that's really good here. Even I don't have to check, because the rook is doing great job to defend all these pawns from each side. That's the end game you should learn from for playing chess. Very cool. I will protect and I will go forward, but can he go rook c2 and try to kick all this bishop and then go back, try to take my pawns? That can be right plan here, you know. After rook c2, I will go bishop d4, and if he tries to take my kingside pawns, I think I can push this, just push these pawns. That should be okay in that time, why not? Because rook h2, I have enough time to push this forward. Because he needs to bring this king on h4 and then trade and then take this pawn on g4, and I will have enough time, and he can defend because now my piece is very in a active square, and that's remain only 2 squares from queening. Rook a2 can be a move. I will try to bring it on a4. a4, and I will try to... Okay, that's another threat. I'm gonna lose a pawn there anyway, so let's protect and go forward. I think he will gonna lose a rook here, because rook d8 I will make a new queen, and I think that's all. He resigned. Let's play one more game with him, and that should be okay. He's playing also very good, but in endgames that's a little bit hard. Okay, let's play one more game. Now we can play blitz game. 3 minutes is still okay. Can I play Caro-Kann defense or not? Let's try to play it even. e5, here a move. e6, bishop d6, yes. That's a very stable opening. I can't take for some reasons. And that should be pin. So let's push this forward, force him to take. Okay, he took. Now I can bring my rook on g8 and have this really nice diagonal for my rook. Caro-Kann defense is a passive defense, but even now my position is a very aggressive, I will say. Okay, I thought